I got a new microphone, so yeah.
But everyone calls me Tails. We rode in the president's limo, and guess what? We found where Eggman is hiding. Eggman and his buddies are in the space colony, ARK. Next step is to find Eggman's secret pyramid base, somewhere in the desert. Got it. I'll go first and find the entrance.
Hidden base, or as Gun calls it, please stop destroying our infrastructure. Otherwise, this place is wild. This isn't a base. This is a full-on underground industrial complex. Conveyor belts, factories, energy cores. Which means Gun didn't just arrest Sonic. They also casually maintained a secret war economy. Tails being here is important. This is him stepping into the power vacuum left by Sonic's arrest. He's not a sidekick anymore. He's conducting unsanctioned military sabotage. Gameplay-wise, this level is pure stress. Tight jumps, bottomless pits, and enemies placed exactly where your confidence goes to die. Also, imagine being a gun technician and realizing your entire life's work just got dismantled by a 12-year-old fox with anxiety and a mech suit. Well, in any case, I didn't have a lot of trouble with this run of the level, or this whatever, because it's my second time going through. I actually got a really good ranking, as you will see towards the end. Well, of this level anyway, not of the video. What I'm trying to say is that my run was rather pleasant this time around, and so on. Now I'm really glad LEGO made a LEGO set out of this Cyclone. I think I already brought that up in one of the previous parts of this Let's Play. Yeah, I probably did. And yeah, I mean, this is a pretty fun level when you get the hang of it, and you can really keep up the good, you know, the pace, and don't slow down too much. Then yeah, it's a fun level. If you take too long, and you know, like 8 minutes or 10, then it's not so fun, because then the kind of labyrinth-like level design, I suppose, would kind of get in the way of your enjoyment. But once you get the hang of it, it's a pretty fun level. Now, you know, for being a hidden base, it's ironic that Eggman puts all, you know, his face on a bunch of these ancient ruins designs or whatever, because that kind of reveals the fact that this is a hidden, well, it doesn't really come off as a hidden base when you literally put your face everywhere on these ancient walls and whatnot. I actually fought here. I was supposed to do some platforming, but I eventually realized that it's not what you're supposed to do. But in any case, yeah. Anyway, I'm planning to unlist these videos of my Sonic Adventure 2 Let's Play, since they don't get a lot of attention anyways. And also, I mean, unlisting them doesn't mean that they get removed or whatever. It just means that you have to go to my playlist of this Let's Play in order to find them. I think the Great Comment did something similar to his Sonic LP's reference to Sonic Adventure 2 Let's Play. But I think he did that for all of his parts of his Let's Plays of Sonic. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I really wish this game had was more gameplay styles. Like, it has 3, but it would have been cool if Amy, at least Amy, was also playable in the main stages, like in the story, because that would have really fleshed it out and made it feel more like an adventure. Because the Sonic First Adventure game really felt like an adventure. It was Sonic Adventure, not Sonic Tails Knuckles Adventure, it was Sonic Adventure. That plays Amy, Gamma, Big as well. So yeah, it was literally an adventure game. And this doesn't feel as much as an adventure game as the first one, if you think it like that. But in any case, the level is over.
I did it! Very good!
Pyramid Cave, because of course, the ancient echidnas had a global empire that reached Egypt. Completely normal lore decision. This level confirms something very important. The echidnas were extremely advanced and deeply unwell. Lightspeed puzzles, booby traps, ghosts, bottomless pits. This is less sacred tomb and more ancient OSHA violation. Gameplay wise, this is Sonic at his most stylish and most fragile. You mess up one timing window and the pyramid personally rejects you. And yes, the ghost mechanic is here, because the game decided, what if speed, but spooky? Lore implication, the echidnas didn't just guard the Master Emerald, they haunted their own infrastructure out of spite. Well, I think there was something I had to say or had in mind, and I think it was well, previously, for a while ago, I actually with details, I talked about I wish there was a fourth gameplay. Oh yeah, so basically, when people discuss a Sonic Adventure remake, which unfortunately doesn't seem to be happening, but also fortunately because they would probably change it too much. The thing about an adventure remake is that people have discussed that, you know, there should be two modes. One where adventure mode, which like basically makes it mandatory to play through Big, Gamma, and Amy, but in the other mode, which is for the game critics like IGN, it would only be mandatory to play as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And I am kind of purely against that, because that goes against the whole idea of having an adventure game. Now, I do think the idea has potential, but it's also like detracts from the idea of the title itself. The title is Sonic Adventure, not Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles Adventure. So I don't know, like, if there's a mode where you only play as the trio, then I guess there is, you know, like, the consensus to give the game a higher score rating in terms of like giving it a rating in a review or whatever. But also the fact that I think they would change too much from Sonic Adventure game, like make it automated or whatever, and not as, you know, demanding to, you know, with the controls and such as it was in the original game. These ghosts are really annoying. I don't know why they added these to the game, but anyway, for the level. But I mean, basically, I don't know how I feel about Sonic Adventure Remake, because it would probably be too different from what we have now. And yeah, basically the whole idea of having a Sonic Adventure Remake when it would be so different from the original is kind of not an unattractive idea per se, but it is an unappealing idea. I think that's a proper way to say it in this context. And you know, that's the part of the appeal of Sonic Adventure, is that it has so much, like charm and such, and it took so many risks and experimented with a bunch of things. And if you remade it, I don't think you would include a pinball or whatever on all these crazy out of whack things that come out of the field. So yeah, I mean Sonic Adventure is probably, in a way, I mean it's basically Sonic Generations. That's my favorite. But Sonic Adventure 1, in a way, is one of my favorite kind of video games, in the sense that it has so many ideas and it feels like an experience and not just a video game. Like when you go into a room, it doesn't just feel like a room, it feels like you're there and there's stuff happening. So yeah, it's something about the first Sonic Adventure game really just sells the idea that you are on an adventure and you're not just going through levels, which I think Sonic Adventure 2 does more of. Because when you go through similar levels with Knuckles that Rouge went through, which we will do later on this episode for this part of LP, it feels like a level, and also the level design itself is just like a level. So yeah. Now Sonic Colors is the first 3D Sonic game. Well, technically it's very 2D, but you get what I mean, like modern Sonic game, where you can turn as Super Sonic in the levels, or by unlocking him. That's by having all the red rings. But you know, I think you should have done that with Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes, you know, should have let you play as Super Sonic, Super Tails, and Super Knuckles after, you know, unlocking the final story, or at least beating the final boss. I don't know, just something like that. Yes! But anyway, the level is over. And I didn't do so well.
Barely made it.
Looks like we're heading toward the center of the base.
That egghead sure loves mechanical things, doesn't he? I'll bet he has 1 or 2 spaceships lying around here somewhere.
The door's locked. We need a key to get in there.
No problem. We can find it. Right, Knuckles?
What? Why do I have to find the key?
We're counting on you, buddy. The world's greatest treasure hunter.
Death Chamber. Subtle name, very welcoming. Lore-wise, this is one of the most important echidna locations in the game, and also proof that their entire culture was built on paranoia, lasers, crushing walls, darkness, timed mechanisms. This wasn't meant to be used, it was meant to punish. Which raises questions. Who were they afraid of? Why did they expect intruders? And why did every solution involve slow, horrible death? Gameplay-wise, this is psychological warfare. Dark rooms, vague hints, and emerald shards that apparently teleport when you're not looking. This is the level where you stop being annoyed and start bargaining with the universe. I guess I did pretty okay in this level, at least compared to the previous level. For some reason, I have no idea why. Like, I'm doing really bad on some of the Sonic levels. Or, you know, Sonic Shadow, whatever you like to call them, speed levels. Like, I'm doing abysmally on them, but ironically enough, I'm doing better in, like, Knuckles and Rouge in some aspects sometimes. And maybe more so, I don't know. Which is like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? Because in my review I complained about these levels being harder or something, I think. Or maybe I'm misremembering it a bit. But, yeah. Anyway, I heard from, like, someone say, I won't mention who, say that they haven't found a single person use AI in any innovative way, and I disagree with that. I think AI has already been used in innovative ways, and if you haven't seen that yet, how it's been used in innovative ways, then that's on you. That's a you problem. I think I have personally used AI on my videos because it's easier to come up with ideas and such, so the channel doesn't die. And also, when I make a video from video, I have to have a transition that feels smooth and not just like, oh, this is video 1, this is video 2, and they're completely unrelated. No, AI actually suggests me to make videos that like kind of make each video correlate with each other. So that's something, you know, it's really helping me out with that. And moreover, I think that well, using AI too much isn't good, because then your brain becomes smaller, because then you're not using your brain as much. So I'm probably against using AI too much, being over reliant on it in that sense. But in other ways, I think it could be very useful, which it has been for me at least when I've been, using and running this YouTube channel. Anyway, I had some more trouble finding the last key than I did with the second key, I think. So, yeah, basically, I did do alright, I suppose, on this level. But, that depends on how you take the ranking itself. Like, it's in fact a D. I just spoiled it, but, that is like pretty bad in like Shadow Generations, because in Shadow Generations, if you get a D, Shadow looks completely pissed or done with it, basically, when you only get a D. So yeah, I mean, a D is rough. Like, even Knuckles says it in this game. The characters pose the same regardless of the ranking, which is like why this remake of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 is like a great opportunity to change the things like that and give more attention to detail. But I'm afraid it will remove attention to detail that we want, like that was in the original game, to make the experience more linear, more automated, like most modern Sonic games are. Even Sonic Frontiers to an extent is kind of automated, because there are boosters and such, and they're basically taking you to where you kind of gotta go and stuff, which kind of hinders the experience from being as good as it could have been, which is like the most heavy criticism I think I've seen towards Sonic Frontiers, if we're just ignoring all the praise it has gotten from people like the Retro Replay, who is making a return on YouTube, I think. Hopefully he is, and he's gonna make more videos then. But then again, I shouldn't judge too harshly, because I suppose I have been gone for too long. I've been gone for 5 years, technically, until I returned back. I think it was 2019, and then 2022, and then 2024 is when I returned. So yeah, that's like 5 years. That's a lot happens in 5 years, you know. And I think
One more left.
I could have uploaded like every 2 years or something, because I lost some valuable subscribers not uploading for that long, from that era or whatever. I mean, I lose subscribers all the time, like all the time. Whenever I upload a video or whatever, I lose a subscriber. But that's kind of inevitable, because when you have as many subscribers as I have, then basically you will wind up losing a lot of them, more or less. I have like 1,000, let me see, 1,000... so basically I have 1,350 as of recording this. So, I mean, yeah. Now ideally, I think what is good for a YouTube channel is to make 10,000 views per video, or whatever that you like really want to get those views, or that deserve to get those views. because then your channel is doing pretty good. But if it's below that, that's like a metric for saying, oh, it doesn't do as well as it should. YouTuber Stamp Site said that's how he kind of determines if his video is doing well or not, which is a Swedish YouTuber, which is why you probably haven't heard of him if you're not from Sweden. But yeah, I mean, my Lego Sonic video about Bilizard and Cyclone and the Marshmallow set, whatever it's called, I forgot the name. That one had 14,000 views. That video did great. I would like more videos flying to do that well, but I mean, it's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. Maybe it's never gonna happen, even moving forward, like years ahead. Now I have been told that my YouTube channel will probably be in the history books in the future and be shown in schools like 100 years from now, basically. And I would like to think that's true, so that, you know, people into the future can look at these videos and kind of see that I worked hard on these videos. Mostly the Lego Sonic stop motion and the reviews take a lot of effort, but I suppose the rants also, because sometimes I say words that are kind of demanding to say, even though I look up how those words are said, it's sometimes demanding to still figure out how to say them in a particular order while I'm recording it. So yeah. Now I am working on Lego Sonic & Knuckles Chapter 8, and it's really hard to edit it because there's a lot of voice actors lines and so on, and there's also, I need to take more pictures basically, and it's yeah, making stop motion is a lot harder than people give credit for, I suppose. I just wish I knew how to do effects on the videos themselves better, like if Sonic is falling or someone is doing chaos control, that they would turn green or something. I wish I knew how to do that, but I'm guessing by chapter 9 I would have already figured out some of that, and then in chapter 9 I will have started doing that on the... actually started doing some cool effects on that particular stop motion chapter or whatever. So basically I'm still trying to figure out how to do effects on my stop motions, because effects is something I haven't really done so far, and it would be useful if I could figure out how to do that, basically, for what I am trying to do intentionally with them. Now there is one Lego stop motion series that is really great. It only has one episode as of recording this, but the first one was really great. It had Shocker as the villain, and it's called Web of Spider-Man or something, and it's really great. I can probably link it in the description below of this video, because the second episode is probably gonna have Vulture, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I commented on one of those like posts he made about the second episode. I think it was the second episode, I don't know. I mean, it seems logical that he would work on them from a chronological order and not just do episode 3 after episode 1 and then do episode 2 after, I suppose, you know. I mean, that doesn't add up, I don't think. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to try to talk about... I'm going to try not to talk about Spider-Man too much, because this is Sonic related content. And, yeah. Well, I have to say, this level is kind of repetitive, because you played through it as Rouge, I think, and that really makes it like daunting to play or whatever. I just wish that this game wasn't as repetitive as it is, because considering the praise it got, you know, you wouldn't expect it to be that. And I didn't bring that up in my review, but maybe I didn't notice it on my first walkthrough as I do now on my second one. But I guess that's kind of goes with the territory, that when you play on your second walkthrough you notice more and more some things that you didn't on your first walkthrough. Which is a part of why I like Soulsborne games so much, because like when you play Dark Souls or Bloodborne on your second walkthrough, you notice some things you didn't in the first one, or you know some things that you didn't do on your first one, like lore-wise and whatever, or level design-wise, which kind of adds to the world building. But those games are particularly hard for me because they have a very different or distinct kind of gameplay style, which is why I have so much trouble while playing Soulsborne games. Even though like Bloodborne is one of my favorite video games, I still have a lot of trouble with it. But I suppose that's like I'm still stuck on one of those bosses. I think it's the one that's like that has his arm like in the DLC or whatever portion. The final boss, the Kus, like KOS boss fight. He like throws his club or whatever at you, and he expects you to dodge it, or the game does anyway. And yeah, it's a very difficult boss fight, and the final boss, like the Hunter, is so difficult. Sorry if I spoiled it for someone out there, but anyway, the level is over.
That was tough. Huh? Who's there? What the... A ghost?
And now King Boo. Boom Boo. The Echidna said, what if we made a boss fight out of unresolved spiritual trauma? Lore-wise, this thing is an ancient guardian spirit, meaning the Echidnas didn't just trap souls, they weaponized them. That's not folklore, that's a red flag. This also ties directly into the Ark tragedy. The Echidnas believed eternal guardianship mattered more than peace. Gerald Robotnik believed revenge mattered more than humanity. Different eras, same mistake. Gameplay-wise, this fight is cruelty distilled. Invisible boss, Dark Arena, and Rings acting as both ammo and life support. Knuckles punching a ghost with glowing emerald shards is ridiculous, with the implications genuinely dark. I took a hit from him just now, and that's a pain, because he really is like bothering me. Like when he turns like that, it's basically like you basically become unprepared or whatever. Even though you kind of see it coming from a mile away, if you've been playing this boss over and over again. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So basically he's completely invincible until you turn his sunlight on, and so basically you gotta hit him like I'm doing now, by chasing after him first and reaching to him and then hitting him. And you gotta do like 4 hits on this boss, like you do on most bosses. So like in the classic Genesis games, it was 8 hits per boss, but maybe some of the mini bosses were less. But I also think there were 8 hits. like Sonic 3, where the mini bosses is really long mini bosses anyway. So I think yeah. So basically you have hits for the adventure games, which like does 4 hits per boss. I think that was the case also for Sonic Adventure 1, if I remember it correctly. I mean, I think I should know this, but also it does seem reasonable to assume that, because it just seems like that would be the case, that there are only 4 hits per boss in Sonic Adventure 1. Now, rewatching Sonic X for the second time, after so many years, it really gives a different perspective on the TV show, you know, after watching it after a decade later. Any TV show for that matter, just for any TV show. Sonic Prime didn't really feel like Sonic. Sonic X felt like Sonic. That's why I think they should really make a Sonic X Season 4, as well as Season 5. I mean, they advertised it in their anniversary video or whatever, you know, they showed Sonic X as opposed to Sonic Prime, as far as I can remember. So they are acknowledging the fact that people are more favorable of Sonic X than they are of Sonic Prime. But I don't know if they're like taking opportunity or, you know, taking a hold of that fact so that, you know, we can make some buck, basically, from Sonic X again. Because I really think, but I'm hoping they would bring back the old voice cast then, if they were to continue Sonic X. But maybe that isn't possible. But in any case, the boss is now over.
What a hassle.
That was pretty rough.
We did it! Let's go, Amy! Yeah!
You little thieves! Did you really think you could get out of here alive?
Come and get some, Eggman!
Sonic!
Just leave it to me!
This time, I'll take your lives as well as the Chaos Emerald. I call on you to destroy these pests! Come out, my servant!
Egg Golem, Sonic's version. Lore-wise, this is Eggman discovering ancient echidna tech and doing what any responsible scientist would do: reverse engineer it into a walking disaster. This tech predates modern civilization, survived a genocide, and still works. That alone says the echidnas were terrifyingly advanced. Gameplay-wise, Sonic treats this thing like a jungle gym. Run up the arms, dodge the fists, hit the weak point, repeat until Eggman's pride collapses. This fight perfectly sells Sonic's philosophy. He doesn't conquer power, he outmaneuvers it. Also, imagine Eggman realizing his tech is still inferior to ruins thousands of years old. Now, this boss is very different when you play as Eggman because his weak point is somewhere else. And also, for some reason, he's easier when you play as Eggman, which I thought like you would imagine it would be the reverse or the opposite, like where Sonic would be easier and for Eggman it would be harder. But that's not the case. And I think even Brain Scratch Commentary agreed with me on that fact, that that's how it feels anyway. From an objective, like how it's supposed to kind of way, from I guess game design's perspective, like Eggman's controls are more tight, like you're in a mech, so you'd assume the boss would be harder when you're in a mech, but it's actually easier and faster, so that's surprising. But anyway, I mean, this boss here when you play as Sonic is, you know, really selling Sonic's character. how you're jumping on his back and such in order to get a hit on him. And yeah, the boss is over.
Nice try, Rocky.
And now, Eggman's turn. Lore-wise, this is where the Gerald Robotnik influence becomes obvious. Eggman doesn't respect ancient power. He wants to control it. Same family, legacy, different aesthetic. Gerald Robotnik believed intellect justified everything. Eggman inherited that belief, minus the restraint. Gameplay-wise, this fight is brute force. No agility, no finesse, just cannons, armors, and stubborn refusal to lose. This is Eggman's core flaw. He keeps rebuilding the same failures, just bigger. Same as Gerald, same outcome. History doesn't repeat it, it responds. Anyway, I am gonna be able to finish this boss really soon because he's really easy to beat as Eggman. Basically it's just, yeah, now we're done with him, so yeah. And that's this segment of Davu Retro Gaming's Sonic Adventure 2 Let's Play. Ancient civilizations wiped themselves out with paranoia, scientists doomed the world with revenge, Eggman ignored every lesson and added missiles. Next time, it gets worse. If you're enjoying the LP, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. Later.
So this is the space colony where Eggman is hiding. What the?
Is everyone all right? We should be landing soon.
The hatch doors are open. Don't sweat it, Knuckles. The only thing in the cargo bay are those
What do you
master
mean,
emeralds.
don't sweat it?
Right?
Land the
Knock
shuttle
it
and
off,
let me
Knuckles.
out.
We're gonna crash this thing if you keep that up. Oh no! Don't touch that lever! Whoa! What's up with that knucklehead anyway? Trying to take over the shuttle. I thought we were toast for sure. Huh? Where did he go now?
Looks like he bailed.
This place looks deserted. Dusty, too.
This place was shut down about 50 years ago because of a terrible accident. The first Bernoulli spherical space colony, called ARC. When it was operational, it was the most advanced research center of its kind. But looking at it now...
Now it's an abandoned ark, wouldn't you say?
There's not much time left before Eggman fires that weapon again. We've got to hurry. Let's find the cannon and destroy it.
Yeah! Someone designed that weapon to be impenetrable from outside attacks. Its defense shields are super strong, so we have to find a way to destroy it from
Isn't
inside.
that a Chaos Emerald?
It looks like it, doesn't it? But in fact, it's a fake one I created after researching the real emerald. It has the same wavelength and properties, but it's less powerful than the real one. It's designed to reverse the energy field inside the Chaos Emeralds and blow up. It looks so real, even a machine can't tell the difference. I'll find the power supply and destroy it. Sonic, you find the control room, okay?
So the plan is, we'll switch the Chaos Emeralds when the machine is stopped, right?
I hate you! You guys always leave me behind and have all the fun!
Hi, Doctor. How's it going? What? What do you mean they escaped? That's okay. I will go after them myself. Can you tell me the password for the space colony control? Tricking that old doctor is just too easy. All right, it's time to get to work. The password is Maria. Maria, I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh well. This is it. Research Project Shadow, the ultimate life form. Let's see now. What in the world is this? This can't be right. Just what is Shadow, anyway? I guess I'll just have to take the last pieces of the Master Emerald.